There has been a high increase in obesity rates in South Africa. 12% of men and 40% of women are obese, with half of South Africans under the age of 15 years and older are classified as being overweight. The World Obesity Federation says by 2025, 60% of South Africans will be obese or overweight if no changes are done regarding food consumption in the country. The big question still remains, how does one know if they're obese?
The higher the body mass index, the more obese you will be. So there's a scale that we use to check that.
Obesity for me is imbalances in the mind and in the spirit that manifest in the body. If I can show you a picture of what I looked like before.
I was never obese, man. My wife is always like, yo, I was like, no, I was bulky, you know. I was, what do you think about obese? I was just a bit bulky and that type of thing.
Listen, well, the biggest I ever was 110 kgs. To fix everything. Just easier for me to go to McDonald's, get a Happy Meal 1, 2, 3, you know. At that stage I had three daughters. I'm now at 4.
Personally, like, I wouldn't really know what an obese person has to go through, but I hear this hectic emotional stories, and it's really, it lies in the emotional space, a lot of it. For me, when I shed those extra kilos, it just made me like lighter, it made me faster, it made me, I could manage just myself a lot better.
Linda, a clinical psychologist, dwells on how obesity can mentally and emotionally trigger. She further explained what goes on through in the process of seeking help.
With an overeating or obese problem is somebody which we see it as a genetic illness, not a choice. Nobody chooses, and I think this is the concern, is that a lot of people don't come for treatment because they feel that they are just being undisciplined or greedy or lazy.
I'm a general practitioner whose interest is in aesthetic medicine as well as primary health care. Most people, when they come to the doctor, at the back of their mind, they know that, especially if they have weight issues, they kind of, you know, hoping that probably you're not going to raise it or you raise it.
We see it as an illness. It's an all or nothing illness where there's a difficulty to have an off button once they start. And I think all cultural groups have got quite significant overweight problems. One thing for sure is we don't believe in good and bad food. A lot of the latest trend is saying you should not have any carbohydrate or any sugar, but we see that as an all or nothing approach to the problem.
That was the mood swings, the lack of energy was a big deal. And then obviously because I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2 as well, I was on pharmaceutical medication that didn't really help me much. So I was constantly in pain, joint pain, obviously because I was carrying all the extra weight as well. Pain in the knees, pain in the ankles, pain generally everywhere.
When it comes to weight loss, how we work is that we first assess the patient, we look at their overall medical conditions, and we do their basic bloods to make sure that they don't have any other contraindicating factors that can stop them from not achieving their utmost best on our program.
The person with an overeating problem, we find often has quite a lot of what we call suppressed emotions. And food, I think, is well known as a comfort or an avoider. So we're seeing, we really have to manage the emotional side of their themselves in order to help them with their relationship with food. Just like with alcohol or with smoking, some people really struggle once they start to drink or smoke to stop. So they've just got to avoid it completely. But obviously you can't avoid food. We have to eat every day. So they're confronted daily with this food.
We carried out an experiment in Khayelitsha Township for an hour and a half between two stores. One sells fruits and vegetables and another one sells fast food at the same price. We wanted to compare the amount of people that buy healthy food to the amount of people that buy unhealthy food. And this is what we came up with. The numbers were winning for the fast food side in Khayelitsha. We went to the CBD in Cape Town to conduct a second experiment where we were stunned by the people there, and this is why.
Fruits, probably.
Yeah, I'd probably choose the fruits. Yeah.
And what? Okay, which one would you choose?
Fried chicken.
Fruits.
Fruits. Okay.
I prefer chicken.
Chicken.
And I prefer fruits.
And you, girl? Chicken. Yes.
Me too, chicken.
Definitely with the chicken. Definitely with the chicken.
Unhealthy things are the things that we always around us, like takeaways, spazas and stuff, and they sell unhealthy things. It's very rare to find fresh fruit from a spaza, so the unhealthy life is very easy.
I love the fact that I'm very creative. I love the fact that I'm innovative. I love the fact that I have energy all the time. I can go forever.
If you really want energy, if you want performance, if you want agility, speed, flexibility, then you want to stay away from those things. Your performance doubles. Bottom line, you know, really bottom line, and you really experience a more powerful version of yourself.